All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Zach, and we're streaming Resynced. Hey, we're gonna get a lot more progress in the game. So, audio. Well, let's go ahead and do the next new mission. I think today we can. I think today we can like at least get Jackdaw. We're gonna be doing a lot of sword progression here. That's great. Give me 1 second though. I just need to test my audio real quick. Great.
Sorry about the swift exit. Bit of a misunderstanding.
One heaped upon another.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, mate. This is my doing. I'm only trying to keep these Spanish eyes off me.
Oh, it's no bother. Regrettably, the soldiers confiscated my sugar. Oh, and your dispatches.
Damn! And where've they gone?
Haven't the foggiest idea, I'm afraid. I suspect those chaps might, but my Spanish is muy mal dad, so I'd rather not ask.
Shit! Come on, let's give ear to their talk and recover my maps.
And my sugar?
What, in my drawers? We'll see what happens.
We, stashed their goods to sell. The sugar and such. Hey, Carlos. You hear that Captain Mendoza ordered us to take the fat Englishman's goods last night?
I've been briefed on the matter. The captain will inspect them after the hanging. I believe a buyer has been arranged.
That was fast. And when is the hanging? The bell! It's starting!
This Captain Mendoza plans to move our goods. Can't have that.
I've never seen a hanging before.
Not this time, mate. Better if you stay out of sight.
I need to go up.
Last hanging I saw was a big old sheep-shearing Welshman. Locked his head right off his neck. Well, the hanging is all well and good. I've come for Captain Mendoza. He wouldn't be dodging his debts now, would he?
No, no. The man on the platform there is the captain.
Then let the show begin.
Were the crimes of forgery, arson, smuggling, theft, and murder? All in the name of piracy. Samuel Colstock, you are hereby sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead. Do you have any last words?
Like many of you, I came to the West Indies for a better life. It is my view that
Ain't really finished the sentence.
Let it be known that we offer no quarter to pirates and smugglers in Havana.
Eres muy impertinente.
Senor, you've come for the sugar.
I've come to see your debts paid.
Damn! Can't lose them.
Follow me.
You enjoyed your time in Havana? I'm only here to collect what's up.
I cannot say what it is. More slaves to kill.
Castillo. I'll just slip in and out with my goods.
Go.
Más rápido, gangules. Hoy no hace tanto calor. Sí, señor.
If anyone got into the castillo, they never reached the top alive.
The captain says he wants double ward on the upper storeroom, so that's what we do. Don't think so much.
My stuff is nearby.
You have more sugar than we all. That is certain, senor. Perhaps you will want that as well.
Perhaps. But my interests lie with this bauble.
Found a key. Let's see if it works.
Okay, that was easy. I don't think you had to pickpocket the guard. The original game. You actually had an opportunity to kill him. Oh.
Here's my goods. Time to tell Bonnet the bad news.
Earn the steed.
Sorry about the sugar. I've only one pair of hands.
Oh, it's no great loss. I've got plenty of cargo here to make a profit on my trip.
Will you stay here long?
For a few weeks, yes. Then back to Barbados, to the tedium of domesticity.
Don't settle for tedium. Sail for Nassau. Live life as you see fit.
Haven't I heard that Nassau is crawling with pirates? Seems a very tawdry place.
Not tawdry, liberated.
Oh, God. That would be an adventure. But no, I'm a husband and a father. I have responsibilities. Life can't be all pleasure and distraction, Duncan.
Hey, our Bonnet. The name's Edward, in truth. Duncan's only a handle.
Ah. Secret name for your secret meeting with the governor.
The governor, right. I think I've kept him waiting long enough.
And when that mission's done, trying to see what I could see like the total amount of quests on this thing quest to do. In the original game, there was a progress tracker. In this game, that's why help before I would have to do. It's kind of frustrating. I would love to have a complete macros. That is really wish there's a way to track your world map plus nines at nine quite a bit.
Contenga su exuberancia, señor.
Excuse me?
Buenos dias. Mr. Duncan Walpole of England to see the governor. I believe he is expecting me.
Sí, señor Walpole. Entre, por favor. ¿Ese es el hombre? ¿Cómo lo llamabas? ¿Asesino?
Sí, Duncan Walpole. Debería haber llegado hace muchos días.
Parece un hombre rudo. Le suponía un aspecto más respetable.
Llevo meses en alta mar. Sé indulgente con él.
Walking
Que
into
los extranjeros se paseen por nuestra ciudad. No me fío de ellos.
Cállate. El gobernador tiene invitados. Todos franceses e ingleses.
Good morning, sir. Would I be correct in thinking you are Duncan Walpole?
I am indeed.
I thought as much. Woods Rogers. A pleasure.
The same.
I must say, my wife has a terrible eye for description.
I'm sorry.
My wife. You met her some years ago at the Percy's Masquerade Ball.
Ah, quite.
She called you devilishly handsome. Obviously a lie to stoke my jealousy. Julianne, our guest of honor has arrived, Mr. Duncan Walpole.
Ah. Julien Ducasse. I hope your conversion to our order is an honest one. I have no love for assassins, but even less for liars.
I have not come to disappoint.
Up for a bit of sport, Duncan? The old man isn't ready just yet.
Pull off a few shots if you like. Get a feel for it. You've got my two best pairs of matched pistols, Duncan, so handle them with care.
If I had 8, I'd treat each as my own son.
Quite.
I once fought beside a man who carried 9 on his person. They were a boom in battle, but hindered his ability to swim, sadly.
I have a friend in England you may like to meet, Julianne. James Puckle. He's working on something extraordinary. All right. Here's a simple challenge. Try to strike every target before this hourglass empties. Remember, hit every target within the allotted time. Excellent.
Magnifique.
Has a good kick, yes? A good hit.
There you go.
Wonderful. You're a cracked shot, Duncan. As good with a pistol as with your wrist blade, I imagine.
Duncan, where are your wrist blades? I've never seen an assassin so ill-equipped.
Damaged, sadly, beyond all repair.
Uh-huh. Have your choice.
Where did you find all these?
I did not find them. I took them. These are souvenirs. Two blades, as is the custom, oui?
Custom, aye.
Duncan, will you indulge us with a demonstration of your techniques?
Well,
We must. We put together a training course in anticipation of your arrival. It would be a shame to leave here without seeing you in action.
yes, of course. Well, I mean, if there is time, I would gladly, show you what I know.
Here. You see, situations well suited to your skills.
Have a go. What? God, that's the spirit. Secrecy. The advantage of surprise cannot be overstated. God blind me, that's a clever trick.
Gonna get an error assassination next.
Your aerial kills have a poetic quality, despite their conspicuous quality. Would you show us? Is it also possible to deliver a killing blow at high speed?
Mon Dieu, such a powerful strike.
Oh, splendid.
Fine work, Walpole.
The assassins have trained you well, Duncan. You chose a perfect time to leave them behind.
At great risk, I imagine. Betraying the assassins is never good for one's health.
Well, neither is drinking liquor, but I am drawn to its dangers all the same. And what is your business here, sir? Are you an associate of the governor's, or a pending acquaintance like myself?
Guns, blades, cannons, grenados. Anything that may kill a man, I am happy to provide.
A smuggler of sorts.
And how is your wife these days, Captain Rogers? Is she, here, in Havana?
I trust she's well, but I wouldn't know. I've been in Madagascar some 14 months hunting pirates. It took some work to dislodge the criminals there, but we managed it. In future, I hope to use these same tactics throughout the West Indies.
And how did you deal with their kind?
Very simply. Most pirates are as ignorant as apes. I merely offered them a choice. Take a pardon and return to England penniless, but free men. Or be hanged by the neck until dead.
Oh. I imagine Nassau would be your next target.
Very astute, Duncan, indeed.
Best of luck with that.
If we have an ad break in 2 minutes, I'll be... Is my microphone working?
Grandmaster Torres! Mr. Duncan Walpole has arrived.
See. You were expected 1 week ago.
Apologies, Governor. My ship was set upon by pirates. We were scuttled. I arrived only yesterday.
Unfortunate. Forgive my caution, but were you able to salvage from these pirates the items you promised me?
Yes, sir, I was.
Increíble. The assassins have more resources than I had imagined, but not nearly enough to deter us. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, Duncan. You are most welcome. Come, gentlemen. We have much to discuss. Convened at last, and in such continental company. England, France, Spain, citizens of sad and corrupted empires. But you are Templars now, the secret and true legislators of the world. Please, hold out your hands. Mark and remember our purpose. To guide all wayward souls till they've reached the quiet road. To guide all wayward desire till impassioned hearts are cooled. To guide all wayward minds to safe and sober thought. By the Father of Understanding's light. Let our work now begin. Decades ago, the Council entrusted me with the task of locating in these West Indies a forgotten place our precursors once called the Observatory. See here. Look upon these images and commit them to memory. They tell a very old and important story. For 2 decades now, I have endeavored to locate this observatory, a place rumored to contain a tool of incredible utility and power. It houses a kind of armillary sphere, if you like. A device that would grant us the power to locate and monitor every man and woman on Earth, whatever their location. Only imagine what it would mean to have such a power. With this device, there would be no secrets among men, no lies, no trickery. Only justice, pure justice. This is the observatory's promise, and we must take it for our own.
Do we know its whereabouts?
We will soon, for in our custody is the one man who does. A man named Roberts, once called a sage.
It has been 45 years since anyone has seen a true sage. Can you be sure this one is authentic?
We are confident he is.
The assassins will come for him.
Indeed they will. But thanks to Duncan and the information he has delivered, the assassins won't be a problem for much longer. All will be made clear tomorrow, gentlemen, when you meet the sage for yourselves. Until then, let us drink. Let us find the observatory together. For with its power, kings will fall, clergy will cower, and the hearts and minds of the world will be ours.
Governor Torres requests your presence at the docks near the Castillo. First thing tomorrow morning.
Okay, I had to delay the ad break, and I'm just gonna glean around here.
I'd like to have a closer look at this strange diagram.
This is actually new. In the original game, this quest actually after you. I'm actually gonna linger here a bit. Because I had to delay the ad break. I did news because of that scene. I'm gonna try and make some changes to my microphone settings because it's not capturing everything. So I'm gonna increase the sensitivity of my mic. And hopefully that will help. I'm also going to unplug the mic and plug it back in. That helps. Alright, we have 1 minute and 15 seconds left before the break is it'll start. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go into be right back mode now, and I'll be back once the ad break is over. Okay, we are back. I did make some adjustments from mic, so hopefully this kind of fixes things.
Not again.
Have you any room? I can pay.
What? And have another brawl red the place? Out with you!
Your loss, mate. I know where to find some privacy. What he can't see won't trouble him. They've no room for a scoundrel like you either, eh? This could be the key to my fortune.
Okay, so the next one, I think we only have 2 more main missions left in the game. In this sequence, I should say, before we are kind of moving. What the fuck is this? Oh my god! I can't see. I can't see. Where the fuck am I? I have to close the game and load back in. That was a very bad glitch. That was a very, very, very bad glitch. That was horrifying. Ubisoft is also like really bad at patching glitches. Like even if it's a glitch that is mass reported, it's really fucking dumb. I encountered a glitch in Assassin's Creed Shadows that prevents me from being able to do a side quest. And I got so mad because this thing has been around for over a year and Ubisoft still hasn't patched it. It's actively kind of causing me to be unable to progress the game. There is a way for me to progress it, you just have me do other stuff and and hope that the quest pops up. But that's like a small chance of that happening.
Hello.
Good morning, Duncan. Just over here.
Edward? Hello, Edward. I found a man to purchase my remaining sugar. Huh? Quite a coup, I must say.
He just called you Edward.
Oh, that's the merchant who sailed me here. Out of caution, I gave him a false name.
Ah, well done.
We'll catch up on it later.
Very punctual, Duncan. This way. Here he is. A man both Templars and Assassins have sought for over a decade. I am told your surname is Roberts. Is this so? You recognize this, I think.
According to old tales, the blood of a sage is required to enter the observatory.
We have the key. Now we need only its location. Perhaps Mr. Roberts will be eager to provide it. Transfer him to my residence.
Such a fuss over one man. Is the observatory really such a grand prize?
Sí, sin duda. The observatory was a tool built by the precursor race. Its worth is without measure.
Precursor race? I see.
One of your early letters mentioned a desire to kill the Mayan mentor, Atabai. Were you able to carry out this contract before coming here?
I was not, no. Too many complications along the way.
A pity. But the maps you delivered with Ebile will see that job finished.
Aye. That's the idea.
It's too quiet. I don't like this route, Torres. We're exposed.
Something is wrong. Stay close, Grandmaster.
I feel it too. Do not let them get their hands on the sage, at whatever cost.
Assassins!
Guard the sage! Proteger al sabio, vamos!
To the governor's residence, quickly! Watch the streets and alleys. They could be anywhere.
Keep going.
Assassin!
Above! They're on the rooftops! We won't be caught unprepared again. Seen fiercer ships, cats.
There you go, got him. What achievement did I just get? Oh, that's cool.
Another way!
We need to move, now!
Te voy a rajarte arriba, abajo.
Now that was pretty.
I'm out of heals. There you go.
Stop him!
You're a nimble one, I'll give you that. Hang back and make this easy on both of us, mate.
Get back here, Sage.
Stop, or I'll kneecap you.
Get back here, Roberts.
Blast! Is there no way out of this dust bowl? Ha! Nowhere to run. Have you ever been flayed, boy?
They could never catch me.
Got you!
Well done, lapdog.
Quiet.
We'll see him to the prisons, Grandmaster.
Double the watch.
Well, I'll be buggered. What an active day we've had, gents.
See, beset on all sides by our enemies, we must be more cautious.
I do wish I could remain to see our drama done, but I must avail myself of these winds and sail for England.
By all means, Captain, speed and fortune to you.
With luck, I'll return myself a governor. And with my idiot king's blessing, no less. Adios.
As for you, Mr. Walpole, I consider this the first payment in a long-term investment. Gracias.
Obliged.
I would like you to be present for the interrogation tomorrow. Call around noon.
Yes, sir.
All that toil for this pittance. Jesus.
Okay, I am going to... gonna equip some legendary stuff. Oh, we already got Brown Cloak? How did I get this? Let's check out the journal store.
What's in your mind then? Thanks for the
Oh,
business.
something that I forgot to do. I actually found out that I did not get flagged for copyright by having the menu theme up. So we're gonna go ahead and re-enable that because apparently that is a safe soundtrack in the game. Hey, puppy dog. Hey, doggy, I want to pet you. Who's a good boy?
What was that for?
Por aquí no se pasa.
I'll do anything to please my man.
Excuse me. Sorry, I just kind of burped. I'm drinking a 7-Up right now. Really, just finished 7-Up.
Así que el carcelero mete a los prisioneros en jaulas. Nos facilita la vida.
That's a lot of Spanish,
eran
tío.
prisioneros.
Just how much is this sage worth?
What a marvelous surprise! Come, have a drink.
God sink me for this pittance. 1,000 reals for those maps. That's what? £100 at most. How's a man supposed to become rich in these times with a miser like Torres running the world?
Have you ever worked on a plantation before?
You know what I'm thinking? I'd like to see this observatory the governor's going on about. He said it were like a device that could follow people around and show where they were.
A ludicrous idea. Imagine my wife with such an advantage over me.
And imagine what a thing like that'd be worth. Sell that to the right person and I'd be the richest pirate. Privateer in the West Indies. I'll catch you up on it. There's a sage in that house I must speak to in private. You should have paid me fair, Torres. Ducasse mentioned a prison. Time to find it. Find the sage.
Thank God for dumb guards.
My guard in the watchtower is looking lively.
Should be buried back there.
¿Qué clase de prisionero tenemos ahora? Demasiado ruido por un solo hombre. Me han dicho que lo llaman Sam. Supongo que sabrá muchas cosas.
¿Cuántos años crees que tiene Roberts?
¿30?
No lo sé. Tiene algo que lo hace difícil de situar.
Poor bastards in the gibbets. Lost their ears.
Asshole. Why isn't my...
Not good enough.
Okay, this is going pretty bad.
¡Está aquí!
Ordinance for telling new prisoners of a slippery sword. Governor Thurs requested that you double the guard and suggested you triple it and keep the key on you at all times. The man will do anything he can to escape, but stop him in his service. You'll need a cash.
I should like to have a look at the warden's keyring.
Unos cachorros tan torpes como la perra que os parió. Una tarea sencilla y la habéis cagado. Me encantaría pasar esta espada herrumbrosa por vuestras gargantas imberbes. Pero aún debemos arreglar este desastre. ¡Fuera de mi vista! ¡Largo! Antes de que cambie de idea.
¡Sí, señor!
Now we dance. I wager Roberts will be behind the door that fits this key.
Okay, we are essentially here. I'm actually gonna... I have to wait because I know this cutscene is gonna take longer than the ad break. The ad break is coming up in like less than 3 minutes. So I am gonna have to wait until the ad break is over. Once again, I'm going to be right back mode right now. And we will resume when the ad break is over. Okay, ad break is over. Sorry about that. I just kind of think it might be better to just go into be right back mode prematurely rather than just wait around for like 2 minutes for the ad break to start and end. I can delay ad breaks, but the delayed ad break would only last for 5 minutes. It'll only push back by 5 minutes. And I cannot predict how long this upcoming cutscene will be.
Jesus.
ya! What is your true name, rogue?
It's, Captain Piss Off.
Rien qu'un pauvre paysan.
Where is the sage? Did you set him free?
I had nothing to do with that. Much as I wish I did.
Take him to the ports. Send him to Sevilla with a treasure fleet.
Oh, wait now! I delivered your treasures, didn't I?
You did, yes. But you robbed us of Duncan Walpole.
Edward?
Ahoy, Dove. How are you feeling?
No worse. Just a bit of nausea that won't let go. Have you been at the pub?
I only had one pint to save up some coin so I could bring you this.
Is it chocolate?
Aye. It's from the Americas. I mixed it myself. Go on, have a taste. You see, as a privateer, I'll find all manner of novelties in the New World. We'll be the talk of Bristol. So, how's it feel to drink like a duke?
Edward, my father is a merchant. I've had chocolate many times.
Have you?
Have you not?
No.
Go on then.
It's nice.
We'll save the remainder for after tea. Oh, thank you, love. This was so very thoughtful of you.
That scene was new. I like that. I guess more into Edward and fuck, I forgot her name. Their relationship.
Cena, cómetela rápido.
You hungry? Now what's your plan, mate?
Find my weapon and steal a ship. Soldier!
Unlucky lad.
I saw the guards store our weapons up front.
Follow my lead.
Que Dios nos ayude. No me gusta la pinta de esa tormenta que se acerca.
Parece que se está desviando al oeste, hacia el Golfo.
Good form. At least we stand a chance.
I am not dying here. We're stealing a brig. Hey, take what you need.
Won't be a minute.
There's many prisoners held on these ships. Set them free, and they'll sail with us, no question.
So that's the idea then. Free what men we can, then find a fast ship to flee in.
There's a brig in this fleet. I'll make my way to it.
¡Han escapado! ¡Alto ahí, maldita sea! ¡Flanqueando!
There you go. Free.
There's a catch to this favor. You're sailing with me.
I'd follow you to hell for this, mate.
I need to get better at the combat because I get a feeling it's only going to get more difficult from here.
¿Qué nos está retrasando? Ya deberíamos haber hecho la mitad de la ruta a las Bermudas. Oro, plata, jade, tabaco, lo que se te ocurra. Y agua.
I need to get better at parrying.
Arrancaré el corazón por eso.
I need to do much better at combat, Jesus Christ. I don't know how to fight those bruisers in combat.
Come on, lads. If we're to drown today, it won't be here.
Preparaos para partir. Casi tenemos encima la tormenta.
There's a brig nearby just waiting for us to take her.
Didn't get any remedies. Didn't get any remedies again. Let's climb out the back of the ship.
¡Basta de los gusanos!
There we go.
Voy a ir a lo más alto. Esto es una locura. ¡Deja de retorcerte, pirata!
We're going topside. Be ready. Let's depose the captain and make his ship ours.
Hurricane coming!
Jesus.
I'm trying to get a, There we go. I'm trying to get a air assassinate on, but it's really working for me.
Save your singing for Davy Jones, you jagabats! It's a hard wind coming!
The man speaks true. You lot weigh anchor. As for the rest, half on the foremast and half at the main. Let's outrun this hurricane. Bark any orders you think wise, mate. We're up against it here.
These men know their place. They'll see us home.
Keep watch on those galleons. See they don't give us trouble.
They won't. Far too slow for this weather.
Where's the rogue wave?
I see it.
The seas tried to swallow us.
I don't see a rogue wave here. Oh, I see it.
Brace yourselves!
Water spout!
Oh my god, oh my god!
That's our course.
Fucking turn!
Godfrey Elijah, we've made it.
What a mess, Jesus.
Oh, by God, we pulled this one straight from the teeth of Neptune. I'm Edward. Much thanks for your aid back there.
Adewale.
Ever been to Nassau, Adewale?
Not yet.
By God, she took some knocks, didn't she? I think I'll keep her. All hands aft, lads! We're taking this one home!
Epoxy bird.
I've made my choice, Addy. I'm calling her the Jackdaw. A sly bird I loved as a child back in Swansea.
A dark little creature, no?
Did it rub you wrong when I took this brig as mine own?
It was a sort of rub I have learned to endure, sailing among faces of such fairness.
It's true. Most of these men wouldn't accept you as a captain. So what fair role would complement such unfairness?
I'll be your quartermaster. Nothing less.
All right. And as quartermaster, have you any immediate counsel for this Tyro captain?
Rest and repast would do us good before Nassau. Water for drinking. Hunting for food and repairs.
Well reasoned, sir. Hunting, it shall be. We'll find a decent place to drop anchor.
You hear the news?
I spied a few items in the hold earlier. Powder and a few pistols. I think I'll force in a second holster if I can.
It's a good start.
One you find laughable.
Could we talk a moment about the condition of the ship?
What's the trouble?
I had a walk about the gun deck this morning and couldn't stand for what I saw. A clutter of linstocks heaped like tinder, and one with a slow match still burning.
Christ.
And just nearby, 2 barrels of gunpowder, closer than man and wife, fit to explode at the touch of a spark.
We'll stow ours good and proper.
As for the cannons, they might as well be tossed. Clogs touch holes in need of scraping, corrosion on the bodies, barrel swabs as naked as knives, and breech ropes so rotted, I could use them for knitting yarn. The short of it is, we need good equipment kept in fine condition. But we cannot win every battle with snares and shouts. So worry about your own armaments when it suits you. But don't forget about your Jackdaw as well.
No, indeed. We'll make it a point to keep this ship and its crew in fine condition. To that end, we're gonna need a proper shipwright. We should keep our eyes open for one.
Abaco Island isn't far off. If we anchor by the shore, we could restock.
They're talking about like getting a new crew member. Just like anything added in the remake. This game looks beautiful. I just fucking hate it because it looks like on my end that the gameplay looks darker than it actually is. It's bright and colorful on my game, but it looks so dark on the stream. I have no idea why.
Looks to be a camp there. We should drop anchor alongside.
Aye. Square up, lads! Stay sharp and expect trouble!
Drop anchor! Well moored, lads. Captain overboard!
Oh, Arwala's coming with us.
Let's see what we can find. crates are unspoiled. Animals have been in the fish. Something mauled these men.
And over here.
Paw prints. Smaller than a jaguar's.
There are ocelots about. They have skins that would make for a good holster.
I'll see about those ocelots. Have the crew load the supplies on the Jackdaw. The ocelots have built their own nest there. Good. I'll need more of this. Nice. That's enough to fashion a holster.
Press A to access a crafting menu. Smooth operator.
The crew have their provisions, and I have my holster.
Gonna change outfit a bit. This is what everything is. So to get another pistol holster, we need 2 rabbit pelts. We need iguana leather for a smoke bomb pouch. We need wild pig hide for pistol ammo. Dark dart we have locked. Health upgrade. We need iguana leather. Sleep dart is locked. Dart pouch is locked. Okay, go ahead and clear out this area before we do anything else.
We've provisions enough to sail for Nassau. Should be some old mates there.
How do I get up there? Oh, tree. Let's see, so we have 1 chest, 3 secrets. There's also iguanas on this island, so we may as well try and get 2 iguanas done. Okay, so that's out of my range. Ah, there it is. Looking around for iguanas, I still need iguanas.
It's ready to watch. It'll do.
Oh, we're in an ad break. Shit. Okay, we are back.
Poor sod. More treasure. Fine by me. Looks to be...
The third secret is probably a buried treasure that we don't have. Peter Beckford the Elder. Of my employer must say something, for it was owing to his connections that I came to find such troubled dealings. Peter Beckford was a man of great charisma and pride. In 1662, he had come to Jamaica and in just 10 years had fast procured himself a sizable portion of land, which he sowed with cane as early as he was able. Upon my coming into his orbit, he claimed all about him, one of the largest private holdings of land in all the world, rivaling only kings and emperors for its largeness. The same, it's gonna spit, sorry about that. The same surplus applied to the number of slaves in his employ. Whereas he had arrived in Jamaica with a complement of 3, he now owned the better part of 300. A shrewd and relentless man of business, Mr. Beckford was known also be subservient to a temper of cyclonic power. Wrath and fury and enmity were his primary means of settling arguments that could not be concluded in Mr. Beckford's immediate favor. He was, however, always kind to me and as gracious as a man as one could hope an employer to be. But this I put down to my status in his eyes. He was a traditional man with a respect for rank and breeding. In earlier times, he had been the governor de facto of the island, and though a statesman no longer upon my arrival, he still bore all the signs of a man who felt it his natural duty to lead. Further, his political connections he valued as deeply as his sugar and the money it brought him, and it was in his capacity following the arrival of a Spanish soldier that I met the man who would change my life for the worse. Forever, a young man named Laureano Torres. That's interesting. I think this third secret is actually a buried treasure. I don't think that we have the buried treasure yet. $719,607. That's not it. And this isn't either. So we'll have to come back and get this later. I want to get one more iguana.
Almost too easy. Pretty good.
Okay, now we have enough iguana skins to get an upgrade. I think that's all we can do for this island until we get the treasure map that links to this island. Let's go back to the ship. Actually, hold on. Oh, we need 2 more iguana leather for health upgrade. Might as well do that while we're here.
That was nice.
Okay, let's see if we can find 1 more iguana leather. Gonna be wrapping up this stream pretty quickly, actually. I'm probably gonna be wrapping this up once we get to Nassau, which should be the next destination. Just want to find 1 more iguana. I'm not seeing an iguana. There's ocelots. There'll probably be another place where you can get iguana leather. It's just I'd rather get this upgrade now. I saw it as like a hint of red. Oh, I see you.
It's pretty to watch. Not bad.
Okay, now we need Hammerhead Shark Bone. That's gonna be harpooning. Let's go back to the ship now. Ah, Isaac. Why is fast travel unavailable? That should just take me fast travel me back to the ship.
Ahoy, Captain. Find what you need.
My needs and wants are oceans apart, mate. But I did fashion myself a new holster. All I need now is a pistol to lie in it.
Yeah. Taken from the holds, just as you said.
Little more than a blowpipe. But it'll do. So, are we rested? Or should we idle a while longer?
Best way anchor. I think the crew is itching to reach civilization.
You find no civilization in Nassau. But it's a fine place to be merry all the same.
Hey, kitty! Why is this? I already got this.
Give me more sail.
Let's catch some wind, lads.
I already got this chest. Why is it here again? Yeah, I think it's the same place where I got the previous chest. Oh no, this is different. Cool. Complete it. First location completed. Okay, let's head to Nassau. and then we'll go ahead and wrap things up.
Up the shrouds, lads!
Get those
We
spars
sail!
free! Let's see that dock! The wind is shifting, Captain!
Think she's a cutter? Spanish colors, come in! No other sails, far as I can see!
There, off our bows!
We have to make some more story progression before we can focus on exploration. Like hardcore exploration. I'm gonna be handling the areas the same way that I handled it in my original playthrough. Where we generally do like one region, which includes a fort and the locations. We'll generally do one region for each story sequence. Right now, like I only want to do one region and then we'll do the next sequence. But we can't do that until we progress further in the story.
Come off the wind!
Go on, Captain Queernabs. Tell me I'm under arrest. Tell me!
Them your breads.
Fly away, boyo! Back to your master!
Aye. We was privateers together before the wars ended. I'll see you ashore. There will be some familiar faces at the old Avery. Lads,
Unfortunately,
they're a churlish sort, but friends all the same. Will be good to see them. And there might be some able bodies about to add to the crew.
Aye, Captain. We'll need more hands.
We'll wrap things up once we complete this next main mission, actually.
So, this is home.
It's not home exactly. But Nassau is the only place in the world where a pirate can live free. And the scoundrels here, they make for good company. They'll be stirring up trouble at the Avery for sure.
Avery is a name of a pirate, Captain Avery.
I'll be back! You hear me?
Aye. With the same manners, I don't doubt. Now there's a mug we haven't seen in some time. Welcome back, Edward.
Good to see you, Anne.
Your friends have started without you.
By God, you're a sight for salty eyes. Come you in and have a drink.
Morning, all.
I can wait. Who's this?
Adewale, the Jackdaw's quartermaster.
Jackdaw. You named your brig after a poxy bird.
Ade, these lads are the better part of our growing confederacy here. Ed Thatch, Ben Hornigold, James Kidd.
You let him carry a pistol, do you?
Peace, Ben. Ade saved my life. And now we're looking to find a crew to fill out the rest of my ship.
Well, there's scores of capable men about. But use caution. A shipload of the King's sailors showed up before night back, causing trouble and knocking about like they own the place.
Right. I'll see who I can muster.
Send any men you find to the Jackdaw. I'll put them to work.
Cheers, Ade.
Did I hear rightly? Edward Kenway captains his own ship now.
Aye, and he needs crew. It might be you can help him with that.
If you need hands, you'll find them all over Nassau. But the redcoats have been taking whoever they can for the gallows.
Aye. I'll save them from the gallows and offer a place with me.
Well then, there's some in need of saving, right here.
You've a bloody nerve. Be careful. God, get your hands off me! Help! They'll string me off!
Those heels told me they sailed for King George. I said it were a queer name for a captain.
Well, I'm a captain looking for some crew. We regroup at the Aviary.
Aye. You'll find more men in the town square, if they haven't already been hanged.
Introduction to the blackguard before you. Lawfully found guilty of the heat of
I was hoping I could sneak him.
I was done for till you came along.
Captain Kenway, come fast. The soldiers of Captain Man in irons. They need to hang him.
Rescue the pirate.
you there. Clear out.
I don't think so, mate.
Okay, this is my chance to get better at the combat.
Clear out.
I don't think so, mate. Almost too easy. That should fill the Jackdaw. A couple of dullards, but Addy will sharpen them.
Okay, return to the old Aviary. I am very hungry, so I'm completely ready to take a break.
There he is. You did good, Edward. Your Jackdaw is fully crewed, and the British have learned how we do things in Nassau.
We could have slipped the noose round their necks and given everyone a show. Ah. That bottle. Are you saving a trophy for yourself, Anne?
Aye, away with you. We're saving it for a real celebration.
Now you'll want to sail somewhere rich with plunder.
Have you heard of a place called the Observatory?
Aye. It's an old legend, like El Dorado or the Fountain of Youth.
What have you heard?
It's meant to be a temple or a tomb, hiding a treasure of some kind.
That's it. You see here.
Oh, rot. It's fairy stories you prefer to gold, is it?
It's worth more than gold, Thatch. 10,000 times above what we could pull off any Spanish ship.
Robbing the king to pay his porpoise is how we earn our keep here, lad. That ain't a fortune. It's a fantasy.
Okay, we made it to Nassau. We completed a main mission, the next main mission. I am gonna be wrapping things up right here because I'm kind of out of time and I want to take a break. We have a lot to do here. So next time on Friday, we will be making more progress in this game, just clearing out Nassau best we can, and then we're gonna do the next main mission, prizes and plunder. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, if you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be played from percent completion. I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag yet again on Fridays. It's gonna be at 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna be streaming Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion for 1% completion on Saturdays. It's gonna be at 5 Pacific Standard Time, and I'm gonna be playing Saints Row 2 for 1% completion on Sundays. Won't be at 5 Pacific Standard Time. Whereas workshop streams are currently on hiatus until I get the research I need done. So that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to our second post-stream session where we go over all the new entries for the Codex. We have quite a bit to take care of, so we got like entries and all things. I really only care about two things. Tutorials are kind of meh. Not important. Let's first go into database. We have allies. Adwale. Born 1692, Trinidad, died unknown. Born to fuck's sake, damn pop-ups. Do not care about Windows backup. Fuck off. Not concerned about backing up my computer. Don't need to freaking give me updates every fucking day time I turn on my computer. Born to enslaved Ogoni parents in Yoruba, Adwale was sold to an owner of a prosperous plantation before his teens. He remained on this plantation, working the fields until his mid-teens, always scheming of ways to escape his predicament, but uneasy with the prospect of living life as a fugitive. Then fortune struck, giving Adwale the sign he needed. At some point near his 16th birthday, a group of buccaneers raided the plantation, robbing it of raw cane, refined sugar, and as many reals as they could find. Seeing in this an opportunity, Ade grabbed a crate of sugar and hauled it aboard one of the longboats the buccaneers had rowed ashore. Surprised to see a slave among them, the buccaneers were nevertheless thankful for the aid and welcomed Ade among them. Ade sailed with his first group of men for many years, quickly learned the ways of a seaman, grateful for the chance to develop his own skills and chase his own passions. And though his life among buccaneers was not free of the usual bigotry of the era, Ade found the prejudice to be more confrontational than restrictive. In 1715, misfortune struck a cruel blow when the ship Ade was aboard struck a shallow sandbar near the port of Havana. The buccaneers, mostly British at the time, tried desperately to free the trapped vessel, but after catching sight of an approaching Spanish galleon, abandoned ship only to be torn apart by schools of circling bull sharks. Ade made peace with this fate and stood his ground. Taken to Havana for questioning and inspection, the Spanish authorities eventually decided to send Adwale to Spain, where they felt he would make an excellent interpreter, owing to his fluent command of Spanish, English, and French. Some weeks later, they loaded him onto one of the galleons that made up the perennial treasure convoy en route to Seville. Anne Bonny, born 1702, Ireland, died unknown. Anne was barely a teen when she left her native... One second. Nothing. Hello. Minimize. Also downloading the previous stream from today, so Erin was barely a teen when she left her native Cork in Ireland for the British colonies, and by 16 she was en route to West Indies at side of her new husband, Mr. Jack Bonney, a gentle but sturdy young man in his early 20s. The pair arrived in Nassau in April of 1716, settling down with an unclear idea of what shape their lives might take. Jack eventually found work on one of the small plantations there, and while Anne cultivated her ability to loaf and daydream. Unfortunately, her beauty, aloofness, and complete indifference to propriety made her the object of more romantic attention than she had ever known or cared for. Within a year of arriving in Nassau, the Bonnie's marriage was in shambles, a union only in name. While Jack disappeared further into his work, Anne grew more confident and sociable, eventually taking a job as a barmaid at the popular Old Avery Tavern in the center of Nassau. And though she took some lovers over the next few years, it was mostly out of envy and spite that the rabble of Nassau branded Anne a harlot and a tease. But with no society to shun or shame her, Anne's desirability only increased on the strength of these rumors. Edward Blackbeard Thatch, born 1680, England, died unknown, known variously by different sources as Thatch, Tish, Tack, and more. It's fairly certain Edward Thatch was born in or around Bristol and took to the sea at an early age, most likely in his teens. It is also speculated that he arrived in the West Indies quite soon after leaving England. If this was indeed the case, Ed Thatch would have seen his fair share of war of the Spanish Succession, a protracted fight between most of the empires of Europe that pitted Habsburg Austria and his British ally against Bourbon France and Spain. In these early years, from 1700 to 1713, Thatch was a privateer at the very least, a merchant seaman, doing his part for the crown, Queen Anne at the time. But with the Treaty of Utrecht bestowing peace upon a troubled Europe in 1713, Thatch and his fellow sailors found themselves far from home and out of work. Thus they turned to piracy as a means of sustaining themselves. In the ensuing years, Thatch befriended a captain named Benjamin Hornigold and soon after joined his crew as quartermaster at some point between late 1714 and early 1716. Settling in Nassau, Thatch, Hornigold, and the rest of the flying gang, as these pirates call themselves, began cooking up schemes far larger than most pirates of the era dare dream. Wanting nothing less than a country of their own, they worked to return Nassau into a place of liberty and freedom, for only desired an escape from the bonds of imperial rule. Calico Jack Rackham. Born 1682 to Jamaica, died unknown. Like the few infamous pirates call the West Indies his birthplace, Jack Rackham was born in Jamaica at the height of Port Royal's boom as a den of scoundrels. This would likely explain his atrophied moral compass, where he was frequently drunk, rarely serious about anything, and always chasing women. He used his outrageous and offensive charm to keep out of most trouble, but a strategist and fighter he was not. Nicknamed Calico for his affinity for Indian and Asian prince, he was a terrible sailor and a worse pirate, given to flights of fancy and myopic ideas that served only himself rather than solid strategic thinking. He was likely drunk for half of his adulthood and had a weakness for women that trumped all basic needs, such as sleeping or eating. His disarming charm, dashing good looks, and his swift wit carried him far, but parties can only last so long before someone has to clean up after them. Charles Vane, born 1680 England, died unknown. A common fame in any biography of a golden age pirate goes something like this. Very little is known about this man's early life, and with Charles Vane is no different. It's not known where he was born or where he grew up or when he first took to sea, but maybe that's just as well, for it further hides the mystery of this strange, unstable man. Surely one of the most ordinary and unstable of the flying gang, the band of pirates who called Nassau their home for a time, Charles Vane began his career like most pirates of the era, honestly as a privateer sailing for his king, likely living in Jamaica in 1715. He was one of many aboard Henry Jennings' assault on a Spanish expedition to recover the gold from their ill-fated wreck in 1715 off the coast of Florida. Barely a year later, it had become impossible to keep up honest work as a privateer, as both governors were, as British governors were skittish about breaking the terms of the Treaty of Utrecht, which called for a cessation of all aggression between the major empires. Having few other options, Vane sailed to Nassau, where many of his former colleagues were now living. Quick to anger and ferociously mean, Charles Vane earned himself a reputation as a difficult captain to sail under. At some point in 1717 or 1718, an old friend, Calico Jack Rackham, joined his crew as quartermaster. The two remained partner for some time, living and working out of Nassau with the likes of Benjamin Hornigold, Ed Thatch, and Henry Jennings. I don't remember Henry Jennings as being a character. I wonder if he is new in this game. James Kidd, born 1795, England, died unknown. Even though not yet out of his teens, James Kidd was a cocky and confident land with a brash sense cultivated to counter his youth. He claimed to be the bastard son of the late William Kidd, the infamous privateer turned pirate who was captured and hanged by British authorities in 1701. Although James had no proof of this connection, his mother always insisted on it, claiming that she spent a single panicked night of passion with Captain Kidd just before his departure from London in 1695. Growing up fatherless with a spendthrift mother did little to improve Kidd's prospects at leading a normal life. And at the age of 12, he found employment aboard merchant vessels, sailing between the British colonies in North America and the West Indies. By the time he was 17, he was called Jamaica home, where he further honed his skills as a sailor. Although he never sailed with the likes of Ben Hornigold, Ed Thatch, or Edward Kenway, James was among the first sailors to settle in Nassau and was an essential figure in its development as a pirate republic. Newborn Brahma is old. Bartholomew Roberts, born 1682, Wales, died unknown. Originally hailing from Wales, little is known about John Roberts, the real name of the man who had begun to be known as Black Bart after his death. Most assume he went to sea at a very young age, at 13 or so, but there is no record of him in any historical documents until his noted appearance in 1718 aboard a merchant ship, Barbadian in origin. Just a year later, Roberts was pressed into piracy by the notorious Hal Davis while working aboard a slave ship under Captain Abraham Plum. Though Roberts had likely not gone to sea with the intent of becoming a pirate, when the opportunity thrust itself upon him, Roberts was reported to have said, "A merry life and a short one shall be my motto." A few months later, Davis was killed in an ambush on the Portuguese island of Principe, and Roberts was unanimously elected to replace him. This was surely a testament to the man's natural charisma and leadership, for he had been a pirate for only a few months. It was at this point he took the name Bartholomew, likely named himself for the infamous Bartholomew Sharp, a pirate of some renown who had disappeared just 2 decades earlier. One of the most intelligent and strategic pirates of the Golden Age, Roberts was a sturdy man known to dress in fine clothes, handsome, and carrying himself with a dignified and unpretentious air. He had dark hair to match his dark complexion, likely said from the almost 2 decades he had spent at sea. He often carried numerous pistols, which tied to one end of a long string of silk sashes, which he kept slung over his shoulder. Robert's tactical ideas were usually radical, but thoughtfully considered. He never jumped into any scheme rashly, though his ideas seemed almost suicidal to those unacquainted with his methods. Ultimately responsible for the theft of around 400 ships in his 3-year career, he bested every other pirate of the era by a factor of 10 times or more, although it must be said that at least half these boats were small periaguas and the like. Benjamin Hornigold, born mid-1680s, England, died unknown. Benjamin Hornigold was likely born in Norfolk, England. The first recorded instances of him are of his early exploits as a pirate in the West Indies around 1713 to 1714. Hornigold was among the earliest pirates to emerge after the end of the War of the Spanish Succession, and one of the many hundreds of privateers who were left without gainful employment in the ensuing peace. Like many other British mariners, he spent much of his time in the Bahamas, eventually settling in Nassau, and from there he launched his career as a full-fledged pirate, although he likely thought of himself as a privateer in his earliest years at least. A skillful sailor and strategist, Hornigold lacked some of the ruthlessness required to be a truly successful pirate, and until 1716 refused to attack English ships out of a sense of loyalty to his home country. Duncan Walpole we already read. I don't think there's anything new here. Yeah, there's something I already read. El Tiburon, almost nothing is known about El Tiburon the shark outside of his service as a loyal mute bodyguard of Laureano de Torres y Ayala. the Grand Master of the Caribbean Templars and the Governor of Cuba. The Shark's penchant for medieval armor and brutal violence cut a swath of fear through Havana, leaving citizens and soldiers alike quivering in his blood-soaked wake. Julian Ducasse, born in 1682, France, died unknown. Nephew of the buccaneer John Ducasse, Julian was born in Montpellier, France. He followed his uncle's example and took to sea at a young age, eventually joining him in a few skirmishes during the War for Spanish Succession, fighting on the side of the French and by proxy on behalf of King Philip of Spain. Ducasse's skill as a gunner improved rapidly, even as he grew wildly disillusioned with the monarchy and his obsession with lineage, breeding over raw talent and skill. In 1704, ordered by his superior officers to join his uncle and hundreds of French troops in what would become known as the Battle of Valles Malaga, Ducasse opted instead to desert his post and seek his fortunes in the New World. At first, he threw in with slave traders in Africa, and for a year made a modest profit off the venture, but he was never comfortable with the cruelty and detachment the job required. So departed for the West Indies in search of yet another vocation. For the next 10 years, Ducasse roamed the West Indies as a hired gun, working for whomever had the coin and confidence to pay him. Ever prizing the value of intelligence and skill over mere reputation and breeding, Ducasse eventually found his way into the company of Laureano Torres of Cuba, in whom he found a friend and confidant. Laureano Torres y Ayala, born in 1645, Cuba, died unknown. Born in Havana but raised in Madrid, Spain, Laureano was of noble stock, the son of Tomas Torres y Ayala and Elvira de Cuadros Castellanos. He joined the Spanish army in his late teens and was later appointed as governor of Spain's territories in Florida, a post he held from 1693 to 1699. He then returned to Europe to participate in the War of the Spanish Succession. In 1708, Torres was appointed as the governor of Cuba, a post he held for 3 years until he was accused of and arrested for corruption. He was acquitted of these charges, however, and managed to win a re-election bid in 1713. During his time in Cuba, he made many lasting improvements to the city, fortifying the island's defenses and introducing the production of tobacco. He remained governor until 1716, after which point he retired and devoted his life to charitable functions, such as building hospitals. The Sage. Historical archives contain scattered references to individuals known as sages, but they are few and far between. Each citation seems to refer to a different person living in vastly different time and location. The earliest example is found on a Sumerian clay tablet in cuneiform script, while the latest survives only as a footnote in one of Laureano Torres' own journals dated 1704 in January. In all, according to exhaustive research, 7 different sages seem to have graced the world stage for the past 1200 years, but the real number is likely higher. Perhaps the strangest aspect connecting each of these various sightings is that in every case, visual depictions of each sage are remarkably similar, so similar in fact that one wouldn't be faulted for assuming they were talking about a single mortal man. However, in 2 of the 7 citations, explicit mention is made of their death and burial. Is this therefore some bizarre form of the reincarnation, or some simpler explanation that's presently unknown? More research is required. Woodes Rogers, born in 1679 in England, died unknown. Woodes Rogers was born into money to a seafaring family with deep roots in both Poole and Bristol, England. His early life was a picture of industriousness and ambition, and by the age of 18 he was an apprentice mariner. Upon his father's death at sea in 1706, Woodes inherited his family's prosperous shipping company, which he took to managing and with great passion. Between 1704 and 1707, Rogers' fortunes and family grew, and by the time he was 27, his marriage to Sarah Whetstone had produced 1 son and 2 daughters. By the end of 1707, however, his business had suffered great losses by raiding French forces, giving Rogers the idea to recoup these dreadful losses himself. Knocking about Bristol in search of a partner for his endeavor, he soon found himself in the company of William Dampier, an old friend and an unlucky captain who suggested setting out on a privateering expedition, one that would range far and wide about the New World. In 1708, Rogers made the necessary arrangements and set out as captain of his own vessel, a difficult voyage that would last over 3 years. Along this course, Rogers met with many successes and failures. In 1709 of the off the western coast of South America, he found and rescued a marine sailor by the name of Alexander Selkirk, a sailor who had spent nearly 4 years living in isolation and who would serve as the inspiration for the book Robinson Crusoe just a few years later. Soon after Selkirk's recovery, Rogers' fleet engaged an enemy vessel in open combat. A skirmish had earned him a pistol shot to the left side of his face and a mangled heel. From command, however, and he continued. Wait, I lost it. The other wound was enough to remove him from command, however, and he continued serving as a captain until his return to England in late 1711. To commemorate his return, he had an operation to remove the offending bullet from his upper palate. Now in poor health but high spirits, Wood set about writing his memoirs. Upon their publication, they were an immediate success and proved a great source of income, but this brief glory was offset by the sudden death of his son, a tragedy compounded some months later by his wife's decision to leave him. Also at this time, Rogers was sued by former shipmates for allegedly hoarding goods and money plundered from enemy vessels. Rogers assembled a defense but lost the case. Trying to go down. In 1713, itching to return to sea, he organized passengers of Madagascar claiming to be a merchant in the slave trade, but with the intended purpose of reconnoitering the rumored pirate colonies established there. When he arrived at Madagascar after months of hard sailing, he found that the islands of the pirate town Libertalia had been exaggerated 100-fold. Pirates in Madagascar were sickly and few and desperate for help. After spending just a few months there, Rogers set sail for England, a failure in his own mind. And yet never one to give up hope, Woodes Rogers reoriented his attention to the West Indies, eventually lobbying King George for a commission to hunt pirates in the Caribbean. On this score, he succeeded. After a few dozen years of making his case, King George appointed Woodes Rogers as governor of the Bahamas. Now, at last, he would make his mark and bring justice to a land where chaos had taken root. HMS Intrigue, we saw. Jacobite, we saw. El Dorado. El Dorado was a brig that formed a part of the Spanish treasure fleet. The fleet was destroyed in a hurricane, with the El Dorado its lone surviving vessel. Jackdaw. The Jackdaw was a brig captained by the pirate-turned-assassin Edward Kenway, who named it after the small, swift bird of his native Wales. The ship was known as El Dorado before Edward and his future quartermaster Adwale captured it from its fleet. I think this is also... No, that's old. Fauna. Rabbits, we saw... I think... Iguanas new. Iguanas are large herbivorous lizards found throughout the Caribbean islands. The common iguana eats only the leaves, flowers, and fruits. Despite their at times fierce appearance, they are not aggressive and typically flee when threatened. However, they can lash their tails and bite if provoked. The iguanas are found in Great Inagua, Andreas Island, and Abaco Island. Ocelot. The ocelot is a wild cat that typically has yellow fur with dark stripes in the manner of a jaguar. Ocelots are nocturnal, ranging from the size of domestic cats up to 4 feet in length. Ocelot's hides are coveted by leather workers for their ease of working, patterned fur, soft texture, and durability. Ocelots can be found in Cumberland Bay and Abaco Island. Curious schematic containing a diagram of the armillary sphere at the observatory. Templar ring, mark of a Templar, given by Governor Thurs, originally meant for the rogue assassin Duncan Walpole. We already read the letter earlier in stream. If you want to read it for yourself, go ahead and just gonna leave this up for you briefly. You can just go and pause it and read for yourself, but I already read this when I picked it up on Abaco Island. The Eldorado, a miniature ship model of the Eldorado. It's not responding to me. I'm pressing down and it's not going down. I'm going to mark these so they are unmarked. British Empire. The course of the 18th century saw the British Empire become the world's leading colonial power, with France and Spain as its primary rivals. After siding with the Netherlands and Austria at the War of Spanish Succession, the British Empire expanded, gaining territories from both Spain and France, and taking over control of the Atlantic slave trade in Spanish America. Swashbucklers, often used interchangeably. Ow. I should scab that fucking hurt. There are a number of important distinctions to make up between these different types of swashbucklers. Pirates, criminals on the open sea who use coercion, intimidation, and violence to rob innocent people, their cargo, and transport. The term pirate is a catch-all. It may be used generally to refer to all who perform acts of larceny on the open ocean. Pirates have been a problem since the advent of long-distance ocean travel. Every age has seen a share of pirates, and every age has cursed their name and romanticized their cause. During the so-called Golden Age of piracy, roughly 1615 to 1720s, the majority of pirates hailed from the British Isles. Most were all young men in their 20s, and almost all had already gained some experience as sailors prior to falling into piracy. Buccaneers, though often used as a synonym for pirates now, the term buccaneer refers to, more specifically to a group of pirates who lived and operated in the West Indies in the middle of the 17th century. Best known for attacking settlements and fortifications on land and in large groups, the buccaneers derived their name from the French term boucanier, an instrument used for smoking strips of meat over an open fire. Favorite source of sustenance for these terrestrial pirates. Privateers, uncommissioned sailors who attack and rob, having been given a letter of marque by their king or royal official, such as a governor. Thus, the device between a pirate and a privateer is but a hairbreadth difference. Pirates simply sail for one monarch fewer. Nassau. Originally founded as another Charles town, the city was named Nassau in honor of King William III of the House of Orange-Nassau. The city had a particularly colorful past. In 1706, the city's officially appointed governor skipped town, thus severing the crown's direct control over the Bahamas. The island's language for almost a decade in the hands of British citizens with little or no interest in statesmanship. By 1713, the entire region had become a haven for pirates. It was in this period that Benjamin Hornigold declared Nassau to be a pirate republic. He proclaimed himself governor, and thereafter every pirate of any sense or reputation used Nassau as a base of operation, transforming the small city of barely 1,000 residents into a nest of infamous bastards, according to the governor of Bermuda. Florida. Home to several indigenous tribes, the Florida Peninsula was colonized by Spain after some decades after Ponce de Leon's expedition explored it in 1513. During the age of West Indies piracy, Spanish treasure ships would sail up the Gulf Stream on their journey back to HIATUS. Southern Florida therefore became a natural point of attack for pirates and the Florida Keys, a center of pirate recruitment. In particular, tropical storms famously shipwrecked several Spanish treasure ships on the shores of Florida. Pirates and others flocked to pick through the wrecks and attack any survivors, protecting them. Coconut Beach, small sandy islands that grow almost nothing but coconut trees. Not uncommon for pirates to maroon their foes on such islands. Notable examples: Barco Islands, Salt Lagoon, Santinellas, Cumberland Bay, Marijuana Island, Cayman Sound. Governor's Mansion. The Governor's Mansion housed the acting Spanish governor in addition to prison facilities. A new governor's mansion was constructed across the square in 1791. Okay, that does it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.